Genuinely, yes. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you for your attending this seminar, and also thank you, Dr. Firas, for inviting me to this session. And he asked me, you want to talk about evolution and faith. I've also had a degree in biology from AUB, so I said, oh, that's a good idea to go back to my bachelor's degree. So I decided to talk about the theistic evolution perspective, which my colleague Dr. Ahmedi and Dr. Firas mentioned about it. So I will put it Halla under the microscope to make a shed light on it. I will define what is it, then talk about the four aspects of this theistic evolution perspective. I will provide some proof in the Quran when, from science views. And I will leave it to you if you want to be convinced about this perspective or not, and then we can have open discussion after that. So, first of all, شو هي theistic evolution? Theistic evolution, by definition, and from the Wikipedia, it says that it is a God-guided evolution, as we mentioned before. It is an evolutionary creationism. So it is like a creation and evolution that is from God. Second, God creates through natural laws, including evolution. So there is no contradiction between the natural selection and divine aspects. Third, faith in God as a creator plus acceptance of scientific evidence, they might go together. And this is what we want to prove in the coming slides. Second, what are the core beliefs of theistic evolution? عندنا four core beliefs. أول وحدة, God is the primary cause of everything. Dr. Shadi, he mentioned about a super, being. نحن حنسميها God. Yeah, هيدي God that we have, I think most of us, that there is a super being that controls everything. And this is what we want to say, that he is the primary cause of everything. The second, evolution and natural process, وكل process that comes after that is a secondary, which is controlled by one entity, اللي هي God. Third aspect, scientific consensus that the age of the earth, the Big Bang theory, the natural selections, all these theories and the constant that Dr. Hamedi talked about, 600 constants, that if one of them is not correct, that it will mess up the world. So these constants are beliefs and are true things that created also by God. Manun can random. Second, humans uniquely created by God, including the soul. So the human, there is a good aspect, اللي هو intellectual, وهو الsoul. So now how can we prove these evolution perspectives, اللي هي أول شيء harmonizes science and faith. This theistic evolution perspective makes sure that both of them, they go together. Evolution is a tool used by God for its diversity. Third, human uniqueness, soul and spiritual meaning granted by God. And science explains how, where faith explains why. This is also mentioned by the previous speakers. So هدول four entities or four perspectives of the theistic evolution will try to, try to convince you of it with proof, from the scientific proof and from the Quran. First of all, as we mentioned, that the Earth is 4.5 billion years ago, and there is a randomic datings using the radioactive elements. That's why how we can age, the fossils. And the universe began 13.8 billion years ago. So this is also some scientific facts proves that. According to different theories, and an evolution is supported by the fossils, by the genetics, and also by natural selections. And these are scientific facts, as mentioned by Dr. Shadi, that nobody can ignore or deny them. So these are the scientific proof of that harmonizing the science and faith. The Quranic proof, it says that the Quran confirms creation through stages. compatible with gradual biological development. إذا فينا نشوف بسورة نوح الآية 14 وقد خلقناكم أطوارا. He created you in stages. So هيدا دليل إنه في تطور بالخلق. كمان بسورة المؤمنين آية رقم 14 ثم بيحكي عن كيفية خلق الإنسان بالرحم. خلقناكم من نطفة ثم خلقنا النطفة علقة فخلقنا العلقة مضغة فخلقنا المضغة عظاما فكسونا العظام لحما ثم أنشأناه خلقا آخر فتبارك الله أحسن الخالقين. This is also a proof that the process of creation of men comes into gradual with different stages. The Quran invites observation of creation, no rejection of nature explanation. وهيدي كمان موجودة بسورة العنكبوت الآية رقم 20. بيقول بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل سيروا في الأرض فانظروا كيف بدأ الخلق ثم الله ينشئ النشأة الآخرة إن الله على كل شيء قدير. So this is a proof that God wants us to observe, wants us to look into the creation so that we can grasp more. وَمَا أُوتِيتُم مِّنَ الْعِلْمِ إِلَّا قَلِيلًا. So this is a push for us from the Quran to harmonize again faith and science. The second perspective of theistic is evolution is a tool used by God for life diversity. The scientific proof اللي هي speciation اللي هي تعدد species. في نحن عندنا مثلا أعطيكم example how many species of cats or dogs. So هذا التعدد species is part of what is Darwin's proof. Comparative anatomy في عندنا homology.
Finches of Galapagos.
Yes.
That's a different
start. Now, comparative anatomy homology يعني مثل ما قلنا إنه they start from a certain base cells atoms. So هيدي it's also it is independent of the origin. Genomic evidence reveals a consistent evolutionary tree where mutations accumulate gradually under environmental pressure. Sometimes the environment they affect the genetics, حتى they will be having different kind of species. This is from the scientific proof. From the Quranic proof, it says the Quran attributes every mechanism in nature to Allah's creation. Again, Dr. Shadi mentioned this, Allah command, including systems related discovered scientifically. بسورة ياسين بيقول بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنما أمره إذا أراد شيئا أن يقول له كن فيكون. And also بسورة المؤمنين الآية 14 بيقول فتبارك الله أحسن الخالقين. So this is a proof from the Quran that the God can create anything anywhere as He wants. The second, the Quran explicitly states all creations were created from a common origin. كمان موجودة اللي هي الماء بسورة الأنبياء وجعلنا من الماء كل شيء حي. وكمان بسورة النور والله خلق كل دابة من ماء. So again, this is matter constituted of molecules, atoms. So there is a proof from the Quran that is one origin for all the creations. The third entity, human uniqueness, soul and spiritual meaning granted by God. Scientific proof, we know that humans share a biological ancestry with other primates, but they are distinguished from different primates on these categories. أول شيء advanced prefrontal cortex اللي حكي عنه دكتور حميدي اللي هو العقل, the planning and the ethics and reasoning. Symbolic language, we have the culture, we are able to do abstract thoughts. Moral agency كمان حكي عنها اللي هي capacity to form civilization, laws and moral systems. And self-awareness demonstrated in neurology, cognitions, and psychology. So these aspects, they will make us a unique entity than other primates or other creations. بالنسبة للقرآن أكيد يبقى تكون واضحة. The Quran confirms that Adam's body was formed, then the soul was added by Allah. marking a distinct non-biological component of human added. بسورة السجدة بيقول ثم أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ثم سواه ونفخ فيه من روحه يعني خلق آدم ونفخ فيه من روحه يعني he put the previous concepts into the humans other than the creations. كمان بسورة الهجر يقول فإذا سويته ونفخت فيه من روحي فقعوا له ساجدين. So that's تعظيما لبني آدم إنه هو عنده different aspects than the other creations. The Quran grants humans a unique status beyond biology, other than the biological entity of other primates. بسورة إسراء ولقد كرمنا بني آدم وبسورة البقرة إني جاعل في الأرض خليفة. So these aspects prove that God gives some spirituality to humans other than the primates that did not give it to any other species. So for the fourth aspect, science explains how and faith explains why. How will you know that the scientific proof is that the evolution explains how the genetic variation, mutation, or recombination, these are a scientific facts that we can be shown or be proved scientifically. Environmental pressure, ممكن they do control the natural selection and the gradual adaptations, anatomical and genomic changes over generations. We can see those, in front of us through generations. Biodiversity, branching speciations, and inherited traits. These are also can be explained in a how manner. This is the mechanistic explanation, not a claim about the purpose or ultimate causations. Whereas in the Quran, it says we can prove it why or explain it why. Creation has intentional purpose, not randomness. ما في عندنا randomness بسورة صاد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وما خلقنا السماء والأرض وما بينهما باطلا. There is a cause for creating السماء والأرض وما بينهما. And بسورة المؤمنين أفحسبتم أنما خلقناكم عبثا وأنكم إلينا لا ترجعون. كمان مثل ما قال دكتور شادي, it's a cycle, it's an ocean. إن لله وإنا إليه راجعون. So Allah governs the existence and the meaning. Humans are created for recognition of God, moral responsibility, and spiritual return. So these proof from the scientific proof and the Quranic, they coincide together that faith and science, they come together. I would like to show from a source about the explaining of the human evolution. هلا هيدي الصورة هي اللي بتعمل كثير من الملاحظات. أول شيء, the image wrongly suggests humans evolved in a straight line from monkeys to modern human. This image has some difficulty to understand or to grasp. First, it reinforces that the false belief that humans descended are from existing primates instead of evolving alongside from them. نحن, we are parallel to them. So the truth is that humans and other primates share a common ancestor. مثل ما قلنا إنه عندنا المي مثلا بالقرآن أو عندنا الatoms, they are formed from same entity, but they have evolved directly from each other. The graphic is historically based on Rudolf Franz Zellinger, who اللي حاطه عمل هيدا الجراف. So because it is a misleading message, the image has caused more misunderstanding than clarity in expanding evolution. The best, schematic of the evolution is this image, اللي هو بيفرجي عنا هون different primates. They have evolution is best represented by the phylogenetic tree, not a linear sequence. Phylogenetic tree, yani they started from one entity and they make like a tree resemblance. So species on branches are relatives but not direct ancestors. So ancestors are shown in the nodes. So إذا بنلاحظ هون يعني كلياتهم هول species, they come from the one source. بس هيدا عطى البرايميتس وهون عطى مثلا الشمبانزي، وهذا السكند نود gives rise to different entity species اللي هن بني آدم. So node number one is the common ancestor for all six primates, including human, whereas node number two, common ancestors of chimps, modern humans, and extinct human species. So with this, I will conclude that theistic evolution bridges faith and science. God works through natural process. Spiritual meaning plus scientific inquiry can coexist together, as proven by the science and faith. And in summary, I would say that theistic evolution presents a harmonious model where faith and science complement and they do not contradict each other. God, Allah, is the primary cause. The evolution is one of the natural laws He uses to unfold life diversity. Evolution explains how life changes and branches over time through genetics and environmental adaptation. The Quran supports a gradual, staged unfolding of creation, encouraging reflection and scientific observation. Humans did not evolve from existing monkeys or chimps. We share a common ancestors with them, but we're not the same ancestors. And
Beautiful summary.
summary, linear progression graphics are misleading. So the phylogenetic trees is better on to show how true relations between different ancestors. Human uniqueness is spiritual not just biological. يعني unlike other primates, God grants the soul, moral agency, and purpose to the humans. Science answers the question how, but while faith answers why, and both are necessary to complete the worldview. Respectful dialogue across perspective enriches the understanding and strength appreciation of the Creator. And as I take note, creation has a system and it has a purpose. Science reveals the system while faith reveals the purpose, and theistic evolution unites them under one creator, God. And one time Einstein says that العلم بدون دين أعرج والدين بدون علم أعمى. Thank you very much.